visiting our channel, Beekeeping with Carlos and Lisa. I'm Carlos. So we're back again in the bee yard. So what we're going to do today, well, I'm going to check most of them, probably all of them, but I'm going to bring y'all along for, I did put bees in that long hive last week. So I got to check that split. And then those bees came from number 11 right there. I got to make sure that the cells were capped, so I don't know if the queens emerged or not or what. I got to see what's going on there. And then number 7, I got to make sure 7 is okay, and because they had some queen cells as well. And then number 5, I got to make sure number 5 is has enough room, because they may graduate to a bigger box. And if they do, then I'm gonna have to feed them. So that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna give a super to number 2 right here. And then I guess all the other hives, I just got to make sure that there's no swarm action going on. Make sure they have enough room. What else? That's pretty much it. The in a week and a half, on the 22nd or 23rd of April, I do have 5 queens coming, so those queens are going to go into, I'm going to split up number 3 right here, because they always want to kill me. And so every year I got to split number 3. So I'm going to split them down, get rid of that queen that's in there, maybe chill them out a little bit. And then there's 2 or 3 2024 queens in here somewhere. I got to check my notes, but they're going to get replaced. And the queen that's in the long hive is actually a 2024 queen. So I put her in there from hive 11. Yeah, so I'm out of drawn comb. I have no more drawn comb, deeps, mediums, nothing. So I was thinking to myself, well, what's an easy way to get some drawn comb? Do a split. Number 11 had swarm cells, so I put the the older queen in the long hive. I'm gonna feed them, checkerboard some foundation in there, and let's see if she can draw some comb out for me. And if not, then it's not a real big loss. So, all right, well, let's get started. Número 2. I'm also going to lift her in the middle to make sure I don't see no queen swarm cells. Because there's a lot of bees in there. Because if she ain't swarming, there's a pretty good chance no one else is, really. Number 6 might be. Take a bet. Let's make sure she's not on the inner cover. I don't see her. see what we got. We got some queen cups. That's all we got. And they're dry. She hasn't put an egg in the queen cup to make it a queen cell. And that is a beautiful thing. And again, I tear down queen cups. It's what I do. Because again, if they're gonna swarm on me, you know, I want them to work for it. I was gonna do a mite wash today, but I forgot my mite wash stuff. So, yeah, I know. But I am gonna put a super on this one. Now she may swarm anyways, but give her some room. Maybe convince her not to swarm. Alright, let me go get that box. Okay, got the box. I'll put a queen excluder on here. See if that helps. Alright. That's number 2. Let's check number 6. Number 6 right here. Problem with number 6, I believe, was some of the frames up here in the second deep weren't drawn out. But I think they had started to because I fed them. I don't see her on here. me check the middle. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got some queen cups. What? Should put an egg in them? Nope. No eggs, no eggs. And this is a 2025 queen. So I would show y'all what I'm doing, but I forgot my phone. Well, I mean, I didn't forget it, it's in the truck. So, but I'll show y'all one of these days. All right, we're looking good. We're looking good. Let me see if. So that box has got some weight to it. All right, so does this one. Squash the bee. Let me make sure there's a good frame of honey in here. You see, there's just foundations. More foundations than I'd like. I may have to feed them again. She's up here. She's got this laid up right here. Alright, so that's it for number 6. I'll give them a little syrup and super with foundation, just to make sure that they don't put it up in there. Maybe draw out some comb, but that's probably all they're going to do with that. So, alright, let's move on. Alright, folks, we're at 7 here. This one's got some issues. Had some super seizure cells a couple weeks ago. Who knows what's going on with it right now. have bees in it. It's not super heavy. Best thing I can hope for on this one is a queen emerged. Went out, mated, came back and is laying. So, yeah, I don't know what to think. I don't see any eggs on this one. Nor do I see a queen. But this older brood right here, that's probably, if it wasn't the older queen, the original queen, then it's right on the edge. It could be an older queen or a brand new queen. I'm going to say it was about 3 weeks ago that we saw those issues. They do seem a little skittish still. Yeah, they're kind of, they don't seem sure. Steady on the comb. They're not roaring though. They're not making a loud hum, buzz sound, which is indicative of issues. Yeah, I don't see any eggs. Seeing this patch right here. Kind of an area that they would make for a queen. You know, they kind of cleaned it out a little bit. And you can see it's kind of a this little area right here. There's nothing in it. Now they could be getting ready for one. I mean, she might be out right now looking for a dude. But they don't look like they do have a queen. They're not acting like it. But they do got stores. Not a lot of stores, but they do got some. This is the full frame of nectar, honey. They're good. if there's still issues come next week, you know, I got those 5 queens coming. Give them a little more time. Give them a little more time. With the double rock indicates issues. All right, y'all. Let me go to. Let's go to 10 or 11 down here. All right, 11. I mean number 10. I just did 11. I think the camera cut out. So that's awesome. And I don't know if the mic is connected, so. Bees running around. This one had swarm cells, but I was just gonna let it swarm. It's a 2024 queen, so I wasn't going to sweat it. And I have a queen in here somewhere. This rascal's all laid up. I sure do. Oh, it's supposed to be a 2024 crane. It might not be. Yeah, she's got frame on every brood. I mean, she got brood on every frame pretty much. see her now. I'm just wondering if she's a see what year she is. Alright, so the camera cut out. I'm in number 10. Thought this hive had swarmed. I checked the notes. It did have some cells. So something happened here. Either she went out, got mated, or the old queen just wasn't ready to give up. A lot of bees. I'm gonna go ahead and super this one. Actually, I'm gonna check my notes first. I do believe that's a 2024 queen. Let's check the notes. Yep. No cells. 2024 queen. Get up. Right. There's a lot of bees in here. If I see her, well, actually, I think I marked her. It's the last time I saw her. Okay. Number 10, done. Okay, folks, I'm going to feed number 6. And then I'm going to put a medium on so they can draw it out. Alright. And today I do have my feeding bucket. Takes a little longer, but it works. Things are getting a little, I don't know, getting a little robby out here, I think. I was mixing up the feed and the bees were, a lot more bees were starting to visit me than usual. It's been raining the last week or so. This is probably the first day in 5 days, 6 days that the sun's really come out. So I'm giving these guys some water, some sugar water, and I'm gonna put a medium on with a foundation. And there are some deep frames in here that do need to be drawn out. So hopefully they can help me out with both. Because I am out of drawn comb. And this is the last thing I'm going to do today, y'all. I got to check the bee water. But it's been raining, so I doubt that needs any help. But there we go. So here's our bee water. There's some bees in it. So just a little recap. Number 2, we put a medium on. 5, still needs some work. She's doing good though, but she's a long way from graduating to a bigger box. Number 6, they're a little light on stores, and there's some comb in there that needs to be drawn. I gave them the medium. Gave them a gallon of syrup, so they can help me out with that. 7 is I don't know what's going on with 7, man. 7's got 2 rocks on it, so that means issues. I didn't see a queen, I didn't see eggs, but it's alright. Requeen them next week. A lot of bees in 8. So 10 is doing good. You know, I didn't think they had a queen. I thought they had some issues, but there's eggs in there. You know, damn. So you know, just read that one. 11. 11's got issues. The double stacked rock. Um, you know, we're gonna have to requeen that one. To tore down all the queen cells. So, damn. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. But 12. I checked 12, 13, 14, 15. 13, 14, 15, and 16 I checked. Uh, they're all good. 16 and 14 have 20, 24 queens, so they're going to get um, a new queen, maybe. So I only got 5 queens coming, man. I got like, it's like I'm going to requeen this whole place, but I got to split number 3 because they're grouchy, man. A bunch of a-holes, big time. So that's 2. 2 right here, probably. Maybe 1. So that's 3 queens. 4 and 5. Yeah, right. So we're good. So they're all right. 17. 17's big. She got some honey up there in the super. Um, she's doing all right. 18. That little split I did last week. It seemed like there was a little robbing going on, but there was some fighting. I wasn't gonna feed them, but man, if I feed them, there's gonna be, what's gonna happen. There's gonna be some fighting for sure. She's an older queen, so it really doesn't matter. But you know, I think when things settle down, hopefully I can get her fed, and man, she can just draw out some comb for me. But I don't want to get no robbing going on because then it spreads like wildfire. So, all right, folks, I'm gonna pour some water into the bee water, and then I'm headed to the house. All right, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See y'all next week. Thanks.